Yo. We're live. I'm on screen. We're live. How are you? And welcome to week 11 of the Smiles Go for Miles Draft League. Thank you, Subson, for the 17 months. Any primers in the chat? He says, while his sub is not a prime. So yeah, it's been a busy time. I doubt any of you watched the broadcast of the European games from Poland. Maybe you did. If you did, you probably turned it off quite swiftly. It was an experience. Nice to work that. Only found out about it a couple of weeks ago. But that's what you do. And it's nice to be back. It is, of course, the first stream of a sort of new era. My Draft League shall live on. Draft League ascends to a hobby. Means Draft League probably always on Sundays. Maybe on this Sunday. Maybe on next Sunday. Maybe on the Sunday after that. Maybe on pretty much all the Sundays. Apart from when it's non-standard map 3v3 for UR summer. That might be a Friday, I'm not sure. It's a 2v2 tonight. It's going to be a busy day on this channel because I'm actually streaming the playoffs. Double elimination 8-teamer, so I'm probably going to be live all evening and all night by the sounds of it. You watched UK's lower finals? Yeah, it was very early. So we finished on Sunday by 10 o'clock in the morning, and if we wanted to, we could have gone back to the hotel and had some more breakfast buffet. It's wild. Yeah, casting with Stumpy was funny. It's the first time we've done that in person. The only time I'd done that before, that was a couple of years ago online. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool being with the guys. I mean, you know them, Bobby. Sniper! Right. I think it was 65 months at tier 2.
Enough for
Hi,
me.
Bastion.
It is unacceptable to think that Tilacto isn't streaming
Tier 2.
again.
Which emote is
As
tier
a
2?
Tilacto fan, I immediately
Raffro
demand
drinking.
that Tilacto returns to streaming
Actually, don't know.
immediately.
Oh. I do have a headache for no apparent reason, I don't know. Spent 100 quid on a cab to get home last night after a hilarious day of travel because it ended up making me miss my bus. That's okay. I'm going to try and invoice for it, so we'll see how that goes. But hey, we're starting with Miles Conference with week 11. We keep on trucking. Miles Go for Miles never stops trucking. And because of the Cheshire Combees loss last week just then, we got a 3-way tie at 8 and 2. It's pretty spicy. Deino and the Lunala at 7 and 3. When it comes to fixtures, I believe we are starting with the Deino actually. Indeed we are, against the Super Hoopa. Third game we get these Litwicks. In fact, Combees in the second game as well. Alright. So, game. Must not forget logos. The Steeler, Talonflame is out. Nelson's going to have to try and pull some tricks with Mr. Toxtricity, which we've never seen have any actual success in doing so before. We'll have to see what that Sandy Shocks is doing and how it shall terror, since it seems like that's always terroring. Watch Bella from Pudding versus last week. Fun game. We don't watch late games. But I did see that Bella won. So, power rankings in shambles. Talonflame open. Dawn Fan. The U-turn, but the Rocky Helmet punish. Slowbro. Does Nelson want these rocks? How badly does he want them? He didn't want them enough. That was a big surf, in fact. Surf of all moves. One might question not schooled, and the answer to that is probably not to get synchronized by Umbreon. There's no important school targets, given that Cinderace can't be burnt. Calm Mind. Gorgeous. Interesting. Okay. What's the Stealer set going to be? Leech Seed looks like it's pretty inbound, if the leftovers. Indeed. Cinderace looking like it wants to click U-turn. Will it predict a time flame switch? No need. Switch initiative the way of Nelson and the Super Hooper. Terra Ground. Does Talonflame live? Ooh! Thunderbolt! Oh dear! Terra Ground Talonflame. That was weird. Nice U-turn though. It was not the third eye that would end up terrating. Oh dear. Get spikes because it gets spikes, and that's 2 layers of spikes. Mega Ordino. Grass Knot is cool, but it's a 3-hit KO. And that's 3 layers of spikes. There's no ghost type to block the Donphan, but the Donphan doesn't actually have a great time against almost anything, to be honest. Kind of surprised it didn't come in on the Sandy Shocks of all things. But then, God knows what it's running. Oh. Okay. Here comes the redneck to try and do something. Well, it's gonna die next turn anyway. I mean, it can kill something or not. Nice from Flupkey to ensure it goes down. Leech Seed doing work, as are the spikes. So, with Toxtricity going down and the dent not being there, is it GG? Well, Cinderace and Goldango have to work together to take down the Slowbro. Talonflame going down. Relatively unimportant. A crit U-turn is very important. Okay. Umbreon trying to count the number of fucks it gives, and it's struggling. Daddy. Assuming this, we've seen this as Helmet. No, we haven't seen its item, huh? And it wasn't Helmet because it hasn't got the U-turn. So what is it? What is this Slowbro? What could it be? Is it like Ghost Berry reduce? Oh, it's Mega Slowbro because it's Flupkey. Well, that shows how much I know. There's the play rough. Sorry, it's just very hard to keep track of all the Slowbros and Slow Kings, I'll be honest. Very difficult. They are everywhere. Oh. Rapid spin. Chooses not to spin. But will get the spin off this turn anyway, you would think. Or not. Nelson does not care about the spikes. I think he should, but that being said, blocking Leech Seed for the switch, not bad. But, like, it crit for 37%. That is embarrassing. The Spadef boost. Wow. Oh, the Slowbro is toxic. You never know. Crit for 25%. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it was a long day yesterday. I can. What is with all the fucking crits? not really any of them mattering majorly, but the Boots Cinderace is here to be some sort of Sega soccer champion coming in every bloody time. There's the Mega. Takes 26 from a stab U-turn. And it's like, you know what, bruv? I'll click slack off. Or body press. Try and catch the Umbreon a bit off guard. Well, that is interesting. Because it's going to struggle to come in on a U-turn now. Is Slowbro, given there's rocks up. This could be closer. I just suspect that it's scarfed. A scarfed Meowscarada to cover things, so it probably doesn't matter. Everything we've seen its item, it's probably scarfed. Cover off Scarf Cinderace, even though that is, it doesn't really matter if it's scarf or not because we know this thing's Boots. So yeah, especially with Toxic on it, I think that's probably game. A close one though. It's nice. Yeah, this should die. Actually not gonna die. Oh my god. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Could have clicked U-turn. Could have. You could have. It would have killed. Well, the Toxic's wrapping up. It's just that Umbreon isn't really a Mon to punish that much. Haven't recovered from run 40. Yeah. Drake. Something else. I still can't believe the para is like Slowbro can't beat Salamence if it's below 50 when it switches in. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'd have probably had to sack Ludicolo. But even then I don't quite know how I kill it. I really don't know how I kill it. The only safe way I can think of thinking it is by stacking Ludicolo and Arcanine to get an Intimidate off. Yeah, U-turn would have killed Bastions. Loop getting a crit Ice Beam, meaning that I don't have to risk any crit on Dusclops, was insane. Because that would have been wipe had Dusclops like got crit by Latias, but the way it worked out because of Loop's crit and getting in for free on E-Speed, no crit risk whatsoever. It was like faultless. The roar on Dragonite as well. It's like such a huge turn. You stop stalling Nelson. He wants the Mon difference. I can't blame him, to be honest. He's definitely going to get one, maybe two. I think it's 2-0 Flubkey. And they're just moving around, not doing much. Oh, here we go. Have I done a vanilla Emerald Nuzlocke? I don't think I've ever done raw vanilla. I randomized a ROM myself. A challenge, and took us 3 attempts. That is the 2. You know, one could say that it looks a bit like Nelson is in the lead at this point, but he's actually been impossible for him to win for a while now. Click the flower button, do the damage. So 5 routes you can't get encounters. Yeah, there's a fair few. Nice of Kaizo to put grass in like random areas. And you mean like you've caught all of the mons that are in a route by then, which is also quite funny. The only way Nelson can get through here is by passing a wish to Cinderace. but Flupkey is always going to attack on the turn that the wish would come true. So it's impossible for him to lose as long as he clicks the right button, and while Ironhead flinch means he can just end the game now. And yeah. Yo, Cindy, how have you been? Good to see ya. Yeah, I think this was actually a better game than I expected from Team Preview. It's actually going to be 1-0, of course, because Cinderace comes in with boots. I feel like the Donphan not rapid spinning on the Celesteela, especially given that Celesteela, as you can see, couldn't actually do anything other than Toxic it. Even if it Leech Seeds, the spin gets rid of that. But it was well played on the whole from both teams. Actually quite a long battle. 58 turns. And it's going to be 1-0. Respectable. Yo, Levi, what's up? Levi's out. Coach of the Nottingham Noivern in chat. We don't have anything that long. We have a long battle. This isn't like a long battle. Tim doesn't do long battles. Worrying what Vexus said. Holy shit, it's Ting Lu's brother, Wo Chien. Also Glaceon. Selgor is the most important mon in this battle, that's for sure. Wins all the speed tires, threatens a bunch of mons, needs to better U-turn out. Hazard removal is non-existent though for Tim. He needs that Sableye magic bounce up ASAP. Something that he's been pretty chill with actually getting up. But it's like from the get-go, what actually immediately threatens Sableye? He should just open it in Mega unless I'm not knowing of how powerful XY Mon is. Perhaps Dugtrio as an opener is a bit scary, but I'm not sure. We'll see. There's the Sableye opener. Very nice. Matty just wants to click Hurricane, but that Mega is going off. Maybe U-turn. Hurricane miss would have been very unfortunate given the incoming potential knockoff. Will-O-Wisp from Tim. Not actually clicking the spam knockoff. You respect it. Wish from the Glaceon. And there's a nice little knockoff. This Mega Sableye is huge. Proper pain in the behind for Matty. Really should have been Will-O-Wisp that turn though. From L Tim. Haunt. Knock off the Will-O-Wisp and recover. All 4 moves revealed. As Matty is kind of threatening the freeze. Oh! And that nearly kills. But it's not enough. Very aggressive Terror from Matty. Means that he won't be able to Terror the Orthworm. That thing. Dream Tail. Maybe this is the long battle that I've been warned about. Flamethrower is cool. But we're missing Toxic from Tim. That's what we're missing. But it wouldn't really matter because there's Heal Bell on Glaceon. Well, Slowking in. Is it going to be a Future Sight? A Chilly Reception? A knockoff? Does it even get knockoff? No, or else we'd see that. There's Stealth Rock. And the Scald. Not finding the burn. Cool. The Chilly Reception. And that is the Tornadoes threatening the Sludge into Sableye. Big Hurricane too. Defog, okay. Well, Will-O-Wisp easy hit at this point, but will we just see Glaceon come back in? Oh, yeah. So Ice Body's actually really cool synergy here with the snow. Kind of like Glaceon gets leftovers back, despite having its leftovers knocked off. It's really frustrating for Tim because he probably loses his PP battle. But realistically, Maddie can't break him until a freeze is acquired, or a Hurricane Confusion, etc. So it's interesting whether Matty will actually do anything other than U-turn with Tornadus. He doesn't actually need to. It's this very awkward standoff where he's trying to, you know, save PP. Oh my god, Kartana in? Let us enter... Oh my, that's a burn. Let us enter the mind of Tim. Why would he go Kartana? He must have predicted Maddie switch. But like, the Terra Ice Beams were hurting. And it's free for Crystal Maiden. The Glaceon. To just click Ice Beam. Its burn does no damage because of Snow Body. I guess, actually, the snow isn't up in this case, but maybe that's why. Maybe May was meant to switch into... I mean, we're going to be Slowking on Sableye. I don't know. You taunted the Glaceon, so you know the only move it can click realistically is Ice Beam. And you know that with the Terra boost, it's going to one-shot your Kartana. But that's where we sit. And that gives Switch initiative to Screamtail of all mons that could probably have switched into the Ice Beam no problem. You never know, it could have been a misclick. Maybe though. Tim hasn't said anything about that in the chat. He was setting up the flamethrower burn on Tornadus. That's pretty cool. Protect, do a little bit of scouting. And, you know, it might be physical Tornadus. I would suspect it's still got Hurricane. He plays to the book, no problem. Glaceon will continue to press. So, likewise, only 8 recover PP is absolutely crippling for Mega Sableye, by the way. That is wild. And there's more than enough Ice Beams to force those recovers out with 40% damage. Will-O-Wisp misses. Very unfortunate, if only Defog bounce. And I think that might be it. So the core is somewhat broken. Whispash has to be gotten off. Oh, I mean, Matty had used 9 Ice Beams. This is not something he needed. Yeah. Maybe it speeds up the process because Gyarados would need to come in. Pretty sure it's relatively handily dealt with by Orthworm Slowking. Selgor is switched into by Tornadus. Circuitry will eventually be trapped and killed by Dugtrio. It is very hard. Edgar. Trailblaze. Wochen is in. What does Tablets of Ruin do? Very fast. Wochen burned. I'm not sure why I've been on slow the whole time these battles. That is just trying to maneuver himself into a scenario where he can have some fun with Wochen. Realistically, the Mega Sableye doesn't actually die to anything, but it's possible to just accept that now when you build against Mega Sableye, because they just gutted them on with Recover only having 8 PP. Sort of killed it, it feels like. Yeah, moves like Slack Off are still 16. I don't get it. Surely you would... Why be so toxic to the Recover Mon? Why is that, do you think? Why is there some recovery moves with 16 PT that do the exact same thing? Can you imagine Roost and Slack Off being 8 BP? It'd be huge. They wanted to actually like justify nerfing Recover's PP as a nerf stall. Could they at least do it properly? Like, very annoying. I feel bad for Mega Sableye. Yeesh. Might as well just stop running Recover at this point and just start running Metal Burst. There's a Dark Pulse flinch. I'm sad to see that on Tim's behalf, but it does stop any more prolongment. What is sad for him, it is a 6-0, but it was well built and well played by Maddie, and the Kartana was always the primary threat. A threat that unfortunately fell off the table. Alright. The Litwicks are in town. We are all Regirock lovers, of course, but they may not find themselves the crowd favourite on this particular occasion, as nobody does against the lead Litwicks. Can they keep the pressure up? Well, it's a very high bar set by Maddie with the 6-0. So that's probably easier said than done. How's work? This weekend was fine. Yeah. I don't start until I've moved out. In terms of Monday, Friday, 9 to 5. But just the move to deal with at the moment. Lots of stuff. But working in Poland was cool this weekend. Was cool. How are you, Ward? How are you? What we've got? What we've got is the crocodile thing. Skeledirge. Is that actually any good? I feel like I haven't seen it. I mean, that can't be a great sign. Y'all believe it? The real hidden MVP of the Leeds Litwicks draft at the moment. Of course, another Slow King, Bro, whatever. Heat Tranquil Fable though from Finchy. And interestingly, a Magneton, but no target other than the Tinkaton. And I do wonder how the Tinkaton is going to handle that. It could easily cave the way in for, well, a Flygon that already threatens Tinkaton. And there's Iron Valiant. So, we'll see. Doing battle bit at the moment on your day off? Yeah, do enjoy it. Frost open from failures. Finchy with the fellow Rotom. Hello, Zazalolo. What up? Our believer. The believer in taking the Volt Switch. Decent exchange. Grassy terrain will go up because of it, and Heatran loves it. So, who's going to come in? Is it Terrafire? Outright Terrafire, and it's Protect from Vinchy. You scout out that exact move in a very ballsy Protect, but an incredibly effective one. I like that. Alias now, with the strengths. Terrafire strengths up. That's actually really annoying to deal with. Now Switch Initiative goes the other way. How does Vinchy begin? He goes into Heatran. Okay. Gets the Magma Storm. That's a huge deal. Future Sires put up by failures. This is a big deal if he doesn't have Slack Off. He does have leftovers though. You would suspect that he does. Vinchy maybe fishing for a drop. Maybe he doesn't have Slack Off. It's school damage. But this. What? Right. I thought Vinchy would just kill because he outsped, but Failures running leftovers, no Slack Off. Okay, well that is a huge deal. Protect Heatran. I'm really surprised it's not got leftovers actually. It's doing so much work. It has got leftovers on blind. I just didn't notice its HP bar move apparently. Of course, because the second scored. Crit, Hidden Power, Ground. Revealed. Double Levitate, double Quad Ground Weakness. Kind of cool and symmetrical. They're even above each other. Okay. Skeledirge. Earth Power. Very unsuccessful. This is going atrociously for failures in the Litwicks. We have failed to do more than scratch the surface on a couple mons. Pretty much have Iron Valiant and Tinkerton to try and pull them out. The balloon is there, but I mean, it just protects City from Finchy. The rocks go up. Nice. Is all the defog? There's options for Finchy. You can just U-turn out, take the initiative. You can just defog. Probably will this turn. No, he does continue to take the Switch initiative. Grassy terrain goes up, and why should he care? Clefable can just come on in. And it is unaware. I wonder which mon that was for. Just not getting banged by Iron Valiant, probably. There's the Life Orb Energy Ball. Interesting. Yeah, how does Skeledirge boost its stats? I've got no idea what the mon does. These energy balls hit hard, but not enough with the recovery from Grassy Terrain and leftovers with a Wish Protect. Too much. Clefable heals too much. So Tinkerton comes in. Scizor will be forced back out, or Magneton. And then the Grassy Terrain will help heal them. Be interested to see if it's Scizor. I think she's brave enough to go hard Magneton now. He knows it's not Shed Shell. Lady is predicting that perfectly. Goes into the Terrafire, I'll believe her. She's outsped and Volt switched on, so that does a lot of damage, of course. And then Earth Power dodge. Failures to double predict in a row. He does Energy Ball. Holy shit. Yeah, he's not out of the woods. You know, it's two great turns from him. Since you made that choice knowing that that was probably a possibility. Well, in comes Flygon. And it Dragon Dances. But does it really have the move it needs here? There are flying. Your Wing Beat. Now, of course, Earthquake able to hit. As Encore from Fate. Dude, these sets. What a gangster. Holy shit. What a fucking move. He is somehow making this weird composition work against definitely a superior draft from Pinchy. So this caught him out with a Magma Storm Heatran. No life orb. Or the Tinkerton, who somehow had yoinked that life orb due to pickpocket. Yeah, Encore stole the life orb. That's pretty nutty, actually. Didn't realise it worked on non-contact moves, but actually, of course, a bit like Magician, I believe. You can see the strength set. Nope, just death. Heatran is speedy. Our believer goes down, and I don't know what there is for this demon. A switch trying to predict a Scizor, and it didn't work. The hidden power ground not punished. Pinchy was happy to stay in on it, but he is unfortunately not rewarded for that good play. Orch Song. Hey. I assume that's a fire type move. Well, Clefable's going to come in, thinking Falius never clicks that twice in a row. And he doesn't. You have missed you, Tim, yes. Will-O-Wisp for the chip. Well, that is a move. But Fable does not care because it's unaware. So yeah. Kartana switch. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what the reasoning was. The thought process. Oh my goodness. Play is hard committing here for an earth power drop. That is planned. Nice plan. Right. Heatran. Protect on the wish pass. I don't think Thaddeus is winning this. I don't, you know, I don't think it's happening because this should be Valiant, but it's not. When the fuck is Valiant gonna come in? It doesn't have, the problem is it's clearly booster energy, right? And it's so shit because he doesn't want to bring it in. Because he doesn't want to waste its booster energy. It's such a scuffed mon. I don't know. Like, I miss the Coco in this matchup, but I know it's matchup dependent. It's just, even with some cool plays, Thaddeus just wasn't in this battle. I think she just built so solidly. So when it hits, the Dragon Dance is going on. And that is the clean-up crew. We might see a little bit of a flail from Valiant. Wait. Huh? What item was it? What flipping item was this? What? It wasn't booster energy and it didn't come in? "5-0 to the Regirock. What a result. We know they're capable of this. And they've shown it very much so Falius was not going to be chasing the top 2 by the looks of it. Not right now. That is a huge loss. For non-difference as well that he was already trailing by. Tough game. That's what transfers can do sometimes. It's tough to readapt. Right. Scotland Samurott against the in-form Tampa Turtwig. And after that, we'll have Vex against Eevee. I need to lie down. My headache is really quite bad. Echo time. Just gonna go plant my face in a pillow real quick. It's Bonsly against Snorlax after this. Okay. The OG combo of Tentacruel Larias. I've seen Teko use that before, I think. Taking any paracetamol? Yeah, maybe I should. I don't know, it's not really a painful headache. It makes no sense. It's just a very like lethargic one. Maybe ibuprofen. Maybe just some tea. Honey. No, that'll put me to sleep. I'll feel better once I face planted the pillow for like a minute. Seriously. My cure or remedy. Okay. Alright. Hello, Isurdo. We did indeed, Loopy. Check the Mon sheet and check the VOD. It was incredible.
D2 years. Wow.
I didn't quite fall asleep. Wow. Wow. Do I get migraines? I don't think so. My vision never goes or anything, so I don't think so. Alright, the Scotland Samurott. Is this the week? Is something we ask most weeks. In hope. Because there have been flourishes as the Dragapult opens up in response from the Tampa Turtwig, who are quietly putting in a very strong performance this season in the mid-table. Mr. King Gambit, the cow towel cleave thingy machine. But it clicks Ironhead this time. As in comes the spike setting boy. Although Girafarig didn't come. What? Is that a misclick? Not Aromatisse? What? Alright, massive overplay from Luke. Maybe expecting a Razor shout or something. Why would it be for Regirock? Discharge gets the power in response. Stone Edge, we're not going to be missing. That takes remarkably well, by the way. Max defense, Rotom, Heat. This Dragapult comes in. Going to get smacked in the face as well. And there is the smack. Probably expecting Sacred Sword. Yeah, but why? It's such an unnecessary switch because it doesn't threaten. It doesn't threaten the Samurott, does it? And you're not safe next turn, even if you're choice. Aromatisse threatens with Moonblast. And you want the Tentacruel in. Tentacruel is the mon you want in this game because it allows you to go Regirock and Wish. The awkward thing is that you're kind of forced into Rotom Heat on Tentacruel because it's your defogger that is immune to toxic spikes, but it also gets whacked in the face by a Scald. And while Blastoise can spin, but it's going to get toxic spiked most likely. So Teaser's Edge misses actually. It's actually a big deal because that'd be another layer of spikes, right? Tentacruel is in. My Wish goes up. It's down. That is such a risky Wish pass, and Teko says, I'm just going to click the School button because it's forever good. And There's the Draco Meteor, taken, as you'd expect, quite well from the Tentacruel. Gets a whacking knockoff. That was Choice Specs. Wow, Max Speed F Tentacruel by the looks of it. It's hitting relatively hard back in response. This is looking great for the Samurott. It's looking great. More so than any battle I've seen for them this season thus far. We've got an itemless Dragapult and Bisharp's Big Bro to worry about, and that's it. But I just can't see Bisharp's Big Bro being a huge problem by itself with the Samurott still there. Can't one-shot Diggersby without a Sword Dance. Maybe a crit it can do Medicham. I mean, it depends on the fallen shit, right? But then it can't do it all on itself. There's not really anything else to worry about. Shell Smash Blastoise. It's just sort of... I don't know. I guess if it's White Herb, it might not die to Latias. And the way Luke's been saving it and not switching it in makes me think it's probably Shell Smash. Because the general composition of his team is quite defensive with the Rotoms, EVs, Aromatisse, and Regirock. Tentacruel Sack is the right play there. It's too low to be anything other than a Dragapult Sack. Earthquake crit probably didn't matter. Certainly a route sped Aromatisse anyway. There's no Earthquake immunity. You just attack here. Techo does. Terra normal. To be immune. There's the Shell Smash. It's not White Herb. This thing's dead. Oh my god. The Tampa Turtwig, how they fall to the Scotland Samurott, who are going to get their first win, surely, of the season. This sack seems okay. A little bit scared because I figured that would have been saved and that Diggersby would have been let go, but it shouldn't matter. This Bisharp thing needs to get literally like 2 or 3 crits with Sucker Punch, and surely Tekka can play around it somehow. There's a Surf. I was scared of Sword Dance. I thought it might be Sword Dance. It's not. Diggersby is in, and that should be it. Barring a crit. There's no crit. Luke is not allowed out of jail, and it's a 2-0 win. Echo time. It was in the evening hours, that's for sure, but it has finally come. First win of the season for the Samurott, and it was an entertaining one. All 21 turns. Right. Paul. The sleeve at Snorlax. That's the funky duo of Regilecky and his sweet Zoroark. Well, well, well. Flareon and Gliscor, the two mons that stand in the way. How does Gengar do this game? Is it Hidden Power Fire or is it Focus Blast? Miss? Very hard to defog away any Aurora Veil, although I say that. Mega Scizor probably find it, but it's not Mega Scizor, is it? It's normal Scizor, so interesting. Now Metal, as ever, huge threat. Something might be Rocky Helmet to punish. Possibly just Blastoise, but Mega Blastoise, right? I don't know. Yeah. Also, what the heck's this thing for Slush Rush vibes? Set Titan. See how we go. Flareon, oh, is it offensive? Landorus, simply in response, is nice. Intimidate doesn't work. No, that's not Landorus. That's, of course, therefore Zoroark as well. Big Flare Blitz. Leading as Landorus is a bit of an oversight. Is that the one mon that would give away that you are indeed Zoroark? Will Vex have defog on Gliscor? 4 very valuable slots. It uses the rocks. Blastoise in. Nice spinner. That doesn't. It does not clear anything. No. Landorus, of course, but is it just dead? Yep. Flip turn. I was bought because nothing else was good. Oh, it's not that bad, is it? Flareon. Dies to the hyper voice of Titan, but that's actually Zorog, so that's why it actually dies. Melmetal. Now this has to be Melmetal. Substitute from Gengar. Some sub Willow action. I mean, it's just gonna Shadow Ball and die surely to Bash. Funmon. Well, that's dead. Eevee is very uncaring at the moment. Having this hard Earthquake. Has it got Ice Punch? It does. That nearly kills as well. Gliscor holding on just. The switch to Bomber Snow beckoning. Roost predicting it. I have a Lion Bash. Trying to keep the pressure on, but it's not going to work. Earthquake cleans up. Really no Bomber Snow on Gliscor. That's really surprising to me. What's it being saved for? Blastoise? Well, here it is. In comes Scizor. Sub? Aurora Veil? It's Aurora Veil. Sword's down to try and break through. There's the leech. He's got such defense because of the veil and the snow. The second sword stands as Earthquake chipping away. This is a hard committal from Vex. He has Roost, of course. But, I mean, as much as it doesn't seem like he's gaining much from Roosting, he is stalling out the turns of Aurora Veil. And now he gets to fire off a huge bullet punch here. This Sword Dance Roost is game changing. The Titan's dead. It's gone. Another Roost. Wow. I honestly thought maybe the Bomber Snow just put Veil back up, but I think it knows it died, so really awkward time. And it's not so Titan, of course, because we already saw that die. Another Sword Dance rather than just clicking Bullet Punch and killing. Pretty sure at +4 it would have killed, but now Veil is up. It's going to die anyway, right? I mean, this is basically game, but Vex is not clicking the Bullet Punch button. Okay, well it lives because he allowed Veil to go up. But then Zizzle lives Earthquake. Okay, but I mean, he has to Bullet Punch. It's just so weird. Your Scizor was not Technician. Wow. Like, somewhat helped explain why that didn't kill. Also, Titan was an absolute Titan. Hyper Beam was clicked. Eevee playing for Mon difference at this point. As Gallade awaits the Bomber Snow. The rocks. They do the damage. Sacred Sword does the kill. And Regirock in a familiar situation with more than one Mon to deal with them. One of them is a ground type, and that spells checkmate, I'm afraid. Paradark is cool, but it should be 2-0, barring a non-choice Regirock, which would then click Hyper Beam and get another quick cheeky kill. Or there it is. Wow. Cool play from Vex to scout out and try and get the 2-0 instead of the 1-0. And it worked. It actually worked. The irony is, if that had been choiced Regirock, it would have just died. And it would have been a Mon difference for nothing. But I think he probably checked from the rolls that it wasn't Specs. So, Scarf Regirock, not really a thing. So I assume that's why. Hi, Joe. Yeah, imagine like he T-bolted. Well, technically could have risked the game, right? You're right. If it was non-choice and chose to T-bolt, but like yeah, I don't know. Alright, the Jolteons against the Noivern. How are we doing for anti-rain party time for Levi Zell? I mean, obviously the Venusaur Mega isn't going to have too much of a time when it's raining. Tornadus, of course, loves it. What does weird old Avalog do? Particularly against rain teams. I feel that doesn't do much. But I don't know what that thing's capable of. I've only used normal Avalog. Terra Grass? Yeah, Terra Grass is an answer to Mega Swampert. Good point. Cheap Terra Grass, Terra Blast. Slig, Goo, Hisuian. Very interesting mon. Interesting. I want to switch into Kilowatt Troll it is. With Eviolite, of course. And click Toxic. The Toxic Croak is the interesting mon because of that. Raikou. This looks fun. Interesting. Let's see. Pelipper, lead, shock. Raikou. You have some request? What is it? I will find this track. Singing in the rain. Of course. Pelipper get Terra Blast? I think Pelipper was tier 2, right? Interesting. We're chilling. Swampert in on Tornadus. Double switch. Does it not expect Grass Knot? No. I think Atch just went balls deep for the over predict, and it did not work. Terra Grass. Grass Knot. This is Ren taken. This is... Wait, what? It switches? No U-turn? Fair enough. And then why would you switch to this in? Rocks? Oh, mind. Okay. Here we go. What is this? Rest, sleep, talk, flash cannon? Psychic. That's damage. I guess it needs to be Carmine Raikou. Does it not get Psyshock? Don't think it does. Charge Beam? What the fuck? Not got rest. Alright. Is it going to be a Hurricane Click? Or is it a U-turn? It should be a U-turn, but like... Atch is running out of time and needing a confusion. He finds the confusion. Okay. He's on a timer. The rocks are up. It's been very simple for Levi. He's played very calmly. Scored in the rain. Burn. Oh, goodness. And there's the answer. Game. Well prepped by Levi. And what more prep can Atch do? It's the one-dimensional nature of the team. But losing the Swampert was rough. That takes Terra Dark Sucker Punch, by the way. Well, let him cook. There's a chance. Hold up. What have we got? Tailwind, Leech Seed, Venusaur. I mean, the Leech Seed might not be enough. Might just have to Earthquake or something. What is this, huh? Sucker Punch. Doubting the Gunk Shot, I think. Another Swords Dance. There's the Toxic. This is tense. Alright. Is there an answer to Scarfed? Dracovish. Drain Punch? What was his last move? Substitute? Huh? What was the last move? Like Ice Punch? It can't have been Ice Punch. No way. You do want Rain Up for Fish, yep. Might have meant that it killed Venusaur. I think it was Scarfed Raikou to cover by the looks of it. Yeah, no, Gunk Shot. Gunk Shot does look like it would just win, assuming it hit. But then I think Ash is a bit scarred from that. But then I'm just curious what the move is instead, that's all. So I can understand the thought process. Not having Gunk seems terrible in hindsight, but like, yeah, I don't know what the other move was. Well, I'm curious. Running Thunder is also based. Interesting game. So, I don't know, maybe Yatch was tilted at the end. We've got some Mimikyu action. I think I might have already got these logos ready. Wrong way around. Hoopa Dash Bun. Fairy type. What does it do? Is it like all the bulky fairies, or is it an offensive fairy? I don't know what well-baked body does. Other than that, looks like some pretty fun weather wars, but usually Sun pretty dangerous in this scenario. There's no actually... Well, as long as Gigalith is always saved for Zard, it's fine. I would assume that Hoopa is the switch into Walking Wake. Maybe Slowbro. But then what's going to deal with the little Slitherwing? What deals with Roaring Moon? Once it gets the Dragon Dance up, pretty much nothing. Excadrill in the sand is what Rye needs. First ever Smiles go for Miles' appearance for Golem. Is that true? I guess maybe non-Alolan Golem. Roaring Moon, Golem lead. Alright, it's gonna have to be U-turn. 3 rocks. Then you read the extra drill coming in, an Earthquake. You do. 60%! What the fuck? Is that banded? Or is that just like no defensive investment Slowbro? Dashbun is there. Actually going to die to 2 Earthquakes. But switches out. Protect. So, let's get Wish. Is this just reskin Sylveon? That's fast. In comes Gigalith. Gets knocked off. Stealth Rock. Huge deal this game, of course. Is Mew going to be defogging straight away? It should be if it's got it. But it's Giga Drain. Always the unconventional sets from Master Beget, which is the way you have to keep it with Mew, in fairness. Roaring Moon in, hard switch. Defog goes up. So he wants the U-turn Source. Is it the Zard? Mew stays in. No weakness policy, baton pass fun. Slowbro comes in. Very interesting. Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes Mew. That's actually really frustrating for Roy. He was kind of on the back foot after the opening set of turns. Excadrill needs this spin ASAP, but he's not allowed it. Because of the fucking Slitherwing switch that was actually a Slitherwing switch from hell. Reading that Slowbro, being a regenerator addict, is going to switch out. Sacrifices the HP recovery on Mew to go hard Slitherwing and deny a Rapid Spin to protect the Toxic Spikes is actually turn of the battle so far from Master Beget. Post combat less so. But I guess better than Flare Blitz. Golem hard on Slowbro. What the fuck? This worked? So now protect leftovers to protect, ironically, isn't really an option. Scouting of the Earthquake means really a forced switch to Roaring Moon at this point. Rise kind of outs, apart from Terra, that's a thing. And Beget's like, I don't care, I'll Earthquake, but will cost them the somewhat momentum here. Rai attacks on these. Yeah. Play rough, huge damage. You notice the Rise feels very threatened right now because they wouldn't usually want to make this play if they didn't have to. Play roughing what looks like a Golem. It's not optimal, but obviously a switch is highly likely on the Wish Predictive Protect. This is fucking tense. Because if Master Beget slips up and blunders there like Zard or Venusaur, then it's huge. And the Excadrill can just turn the battle immediately. It's a huge U-turn though. Super very frail on the physical side. In comes Walking Wake. Hydro Steam does not kill, even with Life Orb. Means Psychic in response is a lot of damage, but there's no hazards to help out finishing this Walking Wake off. It will be back. Of course, Roaring Moon is not immune to Earthquake. In fact, there's nothing immune to Earthquake at all. I don't think Rai expected the Golem. And why would you? Close combat, crit one-shots the Excadrill. Now, that is insane. Excadrill, kind of a desperation switch, and it gets crit. Now, likely would it have been outsped? We don't know. That game. And the Mew's pretty low. Golem's going to come in, but Earthquake pretty much kills everything other than that spun. But then Dash Bun is only able to play rough for a bit. But then you want to stay out of Roaring Moon range. So in you go to Venusaur. Forget slowly doing it here. It's no assault vest it was for Slowbro. Down goes the dash button. Roaring Moon is the only out here, and it doesn't look like a Dragon Dance set. It really doesn't. And it's poisoned. I don't know what the out is for the Mimikyu. I think they've just been completely blindsided by two great turns with Slitherwing and the fact they didn't really expect offensive banded Golem. Which is so ballsy into Slowbro. And we saw defensive Vileplume the other week, right? Granted, it's neutral. But then Vileplume could have come, given it has Chlorophyll, as a potential switch into Walking Wake. Does that kill Mew? It does. But this is our time, finally. And Rai has not been able to get the rocks up at any... What? Why not go Golem and kill it with Earthquake instead? Okay. 3v2 for the Oshawott. This lives one, surely. Iron Head, the flinch. Does not get flinched. Down goes Roaring Moon. And it is GG. What a result for Master Baguette and the Ontario Oshawott. Here in the Miles Conference, trying to climb back up. And what a team to beat. It'll mean the Cheshire Combees go clear top on record. The Leeds Litwicks given a little bit of a lifeline in terms of the top two fight. Stays close as ever. Important game. Oh, well, this is a game we were talking about just before last week. And I haven't updated the logos for it properly. That is Profiterole D against the Bolton Boldore. Rightio. Last battle will be the London Lunala. Again. The Dakar Drapion. Solither and Moon was Scarfed. Cool. I could have switched. Had Dragon Claw and Slither, but didn't have a Scarf, so switched out. Yeah. Had to respect it, given it can, even if it's Scarf, it can Impression, right? Shit happens. It was tough. Hoopa Unbound, Barrascuda, Ambipom. This is a lot of hitting, this battle. Sark is back. Deoxys Speed. Let's see what bizarreness lies between these two. Barrascuda certainly finding itself actually outsped for once. Deoxys Speed will switch out. Is that Scarf flip turn? No, that looks like a lot of damage. Perhaps Banded. No offense on that Deoxys then. You're expecting hazards if it didn't want to just stay in and T-Bolt there with no immunities. In comes the Eruption switch in, but it's actually Focus Blast and it hits. Absolutely mega cock play from Flo. They do stay Focus Blast, as I do imagine they are spexed. Toxic Spikes, they are there. Is it Guts Conkeldor? There doesn't seem to be a way to get rid of it unless Slurpuff gets defogged. Colberberry eaten. No more Guts. Well, we'll have it again when it switches back in. Knockoff just continuing to whack away as Will-O-Wisp misses. No Assault Vest for the Incineroar now. Goes for the Rest. Rest Assault Vest. In case it happens to get knocked off. What the fuck? That's so cool. Was that planned? There are a lot of knockoff users of Flo's team. That seems possible, actually. What a gangster play, if so. Toxic placed on the Barraskewda as opposed to Rocks so that Typhlosion can't Eruption. I'm not really a fan. In comes Typhlosion. As I say that, and now Incineroar's so low, something's dying. Gonna be Incineroar. Conk does get default because it waves the things about, of course. That is a lot of damage. So much damage so that the Focus Blast predict earlier was actually pointless. Not true because it had an Assault Vest at the time. Conk takes 2. Forcing a switch to Lunala. We know the knockoff is a kill. What is the out for the Boldore, who are yet to claim a kill this battle? What is happening to the Boldore? This looks rough again. Skarmory to have the B-Bird. Slowpoke's going to come in. Has it got Flamethrower? There's the rocks that should have been placed before. Terra Fire, Terra Blast, Terra Fire, Belly Drum. Okay. Fire Punch, of course. Didn't even get a chance to click Fire Punch. Okay, cool. Nice Whirlwind from Isurdo. Preemptive, quite ballsy. Will it make the difference? I don't know yet. This looks like banded Mr. Barraskewda. And, well, Toxic is working away at it. While Skarmory does its existing trick that we've seen a few times. I said I'm now out of crit range as well. But Flo says, you know what? How about I die, giving you nothing but a free heal all the way to full HP? And Isurdo says, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Okay. So in comes Typhlosion. Take Eruption anyway. Break to Sturdy. And there's a Toxic. Because this thing don't have Brave Bird. Honestly, Whirlwind was an option. But it's fine. Lopunny will likely be the switch if it's not Deoxys. Simple return clicking. Low respecting that Isurdo does know that it has to be Specs and therefore no need to fake out. Post combat for damage, but Drain Punch is a huge heal here. Slurp. What the fuck? That is just a dead Lopunny. Why no Deoxys come in? What does this thing have? What is it going to do? No Deoxys on Conkeldurr twice. Terra Fairy, Terra Blast. No, Terra Fairy close combat? What? That's so much damage. That's game. Conkeldurr clicks the button, in comes Deoxys. What set does it have? Check your bingo cards. Nearly dead to an earthquake. That's how frail the thing is. In comes Hoopa. A nice read with the superpower. It's a physical set. Alright, well it kills Hoopa. Interesting. I mean, this thing destroys, if it's not a -2 everything. Thunder Wave Ambipom. Huh. T-Wave substitute Ambipom. Okay. Hoping for the full power. It's not happening. Baton Pass. Slurpuff in, but is now taking lots of damage due to the rocks. The Wish Pass that is not a Wish or Pass, it's just a Baton Pass. Down goes the Deoxys. And Terra Fairy Sork is revealed. Gets an Earthquake, and I think Ambipom closes out. Oh. No fake out because it's running T-Wave Substitute. Poison Jab. Earthquake just kills, apparently. Conkeldurr doesn't give a damn. Well, well, well. Yeah, I think is Sork not choiced? I thought it was Scarf to cover off Scarf Hoopa and outspeed Ambipom and Agility Baton Pass. Holy nice. Yeah, it is Scarf Sork. Could have clicked Close Combat, but then probably worried that Mock Punch can count. Wait, he knew it was a Mock Punch though. Yeah. That is unfortunate. I mean, it doesn't look like Close Combat would have killed, no? Doesn't kill, does it? There's a 58% chance to kill. Yeah, it's not 100. I wouldn't feel bad about it. Right. Final battle of the Miles Conference this week. And there is the Shuckle Mega Beedrill combo. Here we go. What has Mojack got of his pocket today? Here is the Angry Zapdos. Golden Vengeance with the Close Combat. Does it get U-turn? I think it gets U-turn. Is it choiced? Perhaps. Maybe wanting to create the illusion of choiceness, just switch out, even if you could U-turn. Apparently no. Just click Close Combat and keep working away on this Shuckle, who's going to be forced to rest if he has it. Serperior comes in, clearly the defogger of choice. With Sticky Web going up, albeit could have benefited from Sticky Web. Thought maybe there'd be one more turn of Zapdos. At least Storm is here. Toxic up. A scary Toxic. One would often sub quite quickly in front of a Shuckle. And unfortunately, Sword gets the moves in the wrong order here. Absolutely critical Toxic for Shuckle to get off. And Dwayne Johnson succeeds in that. Down he goes. There's now a Serperior very fast at +4 behind a substitute. Life is great, but isn't there just Triple Axe as an option? Yeah, I think it is. Sword should know. They might know. If they do, they didn't care. And we're at a 1-1. No Serperior, no Shuckle, but Hazard's up on heavily on the side in benefit of the Dakar Drapion, so they'd be very happy about that. There's the Thunderous Kick, but that is a fighting type move, and it lowers defense. What? Rocky Helmet procs, and now that's a kill. What's the chance of it to lower defense? What? Wild. The Lele is in. Ting Lu is a predicted. It is, but it's still not a 2-shot. Whoa! I think a Beedrill is rather low, but there's no priority, so it shouldn't be fatal just yet. U-turn gets the kill on Ting-Lu. I'm sort of surprised that Zapdos didn't switch him, but I guess there might be some use for it. Looks like Ting-Lu could have been good against this roller skate fella. Terra Water. Is it Iron Defense? There's knockoff, getting rid of the Eviolite. It is Iron Defense. This is creative. I've not seen this before. In comes Beedrill of all mons to U-turn into Tapu Lele. Okay. Moonblast. And the drop. I see. I thought this was going to be Psychic. But I think it might be Psy Shock. If it was Psy Shock, you'd definitely click it Scarf Lele. If it was Psy Shock, you might want to click it for the Alakazam coming in. Also, Contrary giving a Moonblast raise is quite funny. What is going on? So many Contrary mons. Pretty much just Salt Cube versus the world. But then Mojang always seems to click the fairy move with Tapu Lele. I just think there's no way he wouldn't click Psychic on the +4 defense Salt Cube. He has Swords Dance as a cover, but you know this thing's going to have Body Press, probably if it's Iron Defense. In comes... Oh! There it is! It lives on 1%! Moonblast. This thing's got Psyshock. Can this thing break it? I don't know what Iron Treads does. Mojang, despite having 4 mons against a tier 5, is now begging for a crit. Why did nobody click the Psychic button? I don't know. I mean, in this case, I think it's because it's Psyshock, not Psychic. What a mon, man. What a mon. Actually so hard to prep for. You gotta remember, like, to shut this thing down fully, it took a knockoff Worry Seed Toxic Serena. This is just funny. Alrighty. So the fun part now is... That's just hard. The fun part now is I get to update the standings manually. Or the Smiles Go for Miles standings. How does that sound? Well, the Combees are definitely going to be back on top. I should have been filling these in. Balls. Well, time to open up again. Nice full house from Miles, though. We do appreciate that. Very nice. And that was a 1-0 for the Deino. I remember that. The 6-0 for the Bulus. Don't really remember anything else in terms of scoreline. 2-0. Pachirisu against the Boldore was a 1-0. Oshawott with a 3-0 against the Mimikyu. Oops, sorry Levi. Speaking of Levi, he won 3-0 as well. Snorlax against the Bonsly was a 2-0. Samurott a 2-0. And then the Regirock beat 5-0 over the Leeds Litwicks. That is a big one. Let's just double check. Tim versus Maddie. It was a 6-0. So, that being said, Ryan goes to 8-3. They 23 and -1. Jolteons Combees go to 9-2 with a 29 and 1. 8-3 for the Leeds Litwicks with a 7 mon difference. Wow. That ends their 4-win streak. The Deino to 8-3 as well. 21 mon difference. And a 4-win streak. They're the most informed team in the conference. Similarly so with the London Lunalas, who in their fixture won 2-0, which brings them to 20 mon difference. It is a plummet for the Leeds Litwicks. The Buckingham Bonsly. It's all condensed at the top a fair bit there, hasn't it? Also 15 mon difference. Bolton Boldore, 6-5, 7. That's the second loss in a row. Bonsly Vs Snorlax up, unfortunately now 5-6, 4 and -1. Tampa Turtwig also 5-6, now -3. What an opportunity they had to move comfortably into the playoffs, and they have unfortunately done far from that. What a week it is, my goodness, for the Noivern and the Regirock, who are probably the biggest gainers of this whole exchange. Up at now at 5-6. 6 mon difference. They will leapfrog a number of teams into playoffs, in fact. It's starting to look like Smiles Conference last season. Or was it the season before? I think it was the season before. This is 4-7 for the Super Hoopa, who are -9, and unfortunately that's a 4th loss in a row, in fact. Bulu, -16 mon difference now. And Noivern, a much needed win. They haven't really fixed the mon difference yet, though. Ontario Oshawott join the 5-6 club. Let me know if there's any errors you guys have spotted. -10. Scotland Samurott, -38 mon difference, but a 1 in the win column is what matters. So in my head, that means it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lonely Bonslys. 6. Very nice consolidation week for the Bonslys. Real gap to those fighting for playoffs and those not. Red Hill Regirock into playoffs. Right. I believe this is it. Indeed. The standings of the Miles Conference after week 11, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe I've made any errors, but let me know if something looks wrong. Lots of turbulence. We definitely seem to have a top group where one of them is going to miss out in the top 4. Shock. I wonder who it's going to be. And then it's just this awkward spacing with the Bonsly and the Boldore. How have the Boldore gone from 6 and 3? And yet they're still coasting in playoffs, despite 2 losses in a row. Redo Regirock bearing down their neck. Interesting. Very interesting. What time to be an Ontario Oshawott fan. They weren't respected by the power rankings, but they have put themselves right up on the tail end of the mix. I didn't realise how rough situation Levi was in. Even after beating the Jolteons directly, still below them is not great. And that's how it is. One difference so important. That's why the likes of the Tampa Turtwig aren't out of it, although a loss to the Samurott against their rivals is always going to be tough in comparison. But I guess it's better to lose to someone who isn't fighting for the same spots as you. So much so as it is to lose to a direct. Therefore, head to head, of course. Alright. Fair enough. Shall we check on Smiles? The Smiles Conference is as so. Still the Belfast Blazekins at the top with a far superior Mon difference. But again, it's a 3-way tie at the top, just like Miles Conference. In fact, scarily similarities with the Miles Conference, except we've got an extended 4 and 6 club going on. I shall just open all of these replays and see where we're going. So I do believe we have a featured matchup, and I believe it's Sark against Harry. Pretty cool. And we shall just work our way down. We don't have Blazekins against the Aggron. So be it. So, let's get into it. I see. Fair few transfers made. Some interesting transfers. That sort of late run doesn't seem to have materialized just yet, it has to be said. You're hoping to launch off of the Entei, who've been having a slow season for their recent standards, but pretty crippling for either franchise to lose this match. So I'm invested. We've got Sun, we've got a Coppergregas, we've got Weather and Confusion. Let's see what that leads to. Kilowattrel opener, Garchomp in response. Icy Wind, does it get it? Well, here's the Mega. Ice, of course, who runs Icy Wind anymore when you can... Well, shit. 3 volt switches. How does Cat even win the game from here? Toxic Spikes. I hate this game for stuff like that. It's well played from Icy, but it's just the fact that that's just a thing. There's Body Press. Lots of damage. Won't get the kill. Toxic Spikes are up, but of course it doesn't matter. There's a Slowking. I don't know why Toxic Spikes have been brought. Slowking is there. Let's go, Tangrowth Power Whip. Calm Mind's in the face of... Oh. Calm Minding in the face of a Tangrowth is... That is, arrogance. But turns out Tangrowth probably don't have Power Whip. That, or it's too scared to click it. Because here comes Slow King to do Haze. Rodriguez is in. Psyshock. What the fuck? Is Crocoon going to win this game? Calm Mind Suicune. Actually a wink on this game. What was Icy doing? But it turns out he has Mirror Herb Kilowattrel. Switches in. Gets +3. Ugh. Okay, miss. That fucking dies. Hurricane missing, and now Iron Defense cover. How much setup is there? Yeah, we see the toxic spikes though. It's like this Coventry just hasn't really decided what it wants to do, and it can't win hard without Calm Mind. I believe so. I mean, Leech Seed missing. These body presses will certainly hurt, but I do believe Tangrowth can take one to get the leech off, and then rest is kind of forced. Yeah, now this rest is doubly awkward. However, how does this die? You're going to go into the Giga Drain, apparently. That way, as long as it's low enough that Walking Wake can come in, it is okay for Icy in the Yanma. Curious how Delphox does late game here. If it has like Will-O-Wisp, it could be a huge player. Actually comes straight in here, interestingly. Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Trying to catch out the Walking Wake. Gorfagrigus getting sacked off to a Surf of all moves. Here comes the Calm Minds. What's it gonna be then? What's it gonna be? Toxic. It's Protect. You're telling me it's Protect. You're telling me it's Protect. It's Protect. Not Rest Sleep Talk. Protect. So you often run Protect if you're anticipating a lot of like choice mons. I get that, you know, Walking Wake is a bit of a choice spammer, but I mean, really, like, Protect Suicune. Do you really want Calm Mind over like Roar and some hazards on other mons, which they just aren't really, because Mega Garchomp didn't get to set hazards, but like it could have. This is so strange from Cat. I don't know. It's really strange actually. Here comes Slay Queen. We're at a 4v4 as it stands. Mystical Fire is the move of choice. Looking to plant a Toxic anywhere, it doesn't care where, it just wants some Toxic up in some peeps. So in comes Suicune. Oh, Thunderwave, Thunderwave. Thunderwave and Toxic. Alright, I mean it's speed control for Weavile Delphox, very nice. School taken. Who is the real Suicune? Vote on your phones now. This one's fucking Click and Protect and Calm Minding. That one's definitely the Suicune. Oh man. I'm like knackered. X, man. I'm knackered. I think it's game. It just took me forever to figure it out. It's a big sludge wave, by the way. Yeah, I think it's Choice Delphox, and it's gonna just die to Sucker Punch. Mr. Kowtow. Gonna Iron Head and end this in 2 turns. Low kick. Brick Break lives! Oh my goodness. Would low kick have killed? I don't know how much it weighs actually. There's a sash apparently in chat, according to Mr. Yorkshire Yanma himself. Sucker Punch still kills. Wow. Power of that fella. 2-0. That was intense. This sludge wave was big, but equally big risk staying in. All right, it is a 2-0 win for the Yorkshire Yanma. I'll put that in here. Okay. What is next? I don't believe I've done the logos for it. I have not. Tell you what, I'll do logos for the next battle. We've got the Berkshire Bellossom against the Fishbone SuperRods. There you are. And after this we'll have the Irish Inkays, I believe. Against the Gloucestershire Gallade. You are chasing at the top. The Bellossom are chasing. Big win they got off stream, of course. Jinx has come to the party. It's another cat fight for Talia and the SuperRods. Will the run continue in this sort of ex-Loughborough match? Although I believe Talia might actually still be at Loughborough. I'm actually not sure. I should know. Here we go. Fancy, look for that early Mega. We'll get it off. Diamond Storms. Breaks the sash. How much can this do? Is it Hidden Power Steel? Oh my god. Turn 1 probably couldn't have gone any worse. There's a Moonblast. Oh no. Just... It is Levitate. Stone Edge, because Talia and the SuperRods have gone back to the Stone Age of their Draft League plays. This battle, it's Trick Room, and I'm here in the helicopters. Man, I'm just gonna go to normal. I think this one needs to end ASAP. What can be salvaged? At this point, you've lost, barring absurd RNG that if you think you have an out for, you can play for, but like, you gotta get some kills. Mon difference is so important in league play. Gardevoir, Trace and Levitate. What do you think the switch is going to be? It's going to be staying and just Hydro Pump, meaning you can Light Screen. Okay, Will-O-Wisp on switch. No. Garchomp has to substitute here. Doesn't have it. It rocks. Rocks is too little too late. Fancy in. On a Dragon Tail. Rocks Dragon Tail is a cool idea. Especially as a counteraction to the X sort of flip turn teleport spam you may be expecting, but that hasn't been needed at all by Bella this battle. And I don't even know why. Does this actually live a Moonblast through Light Screen? I don't believe it. Doesn't matter. Rotom is of course the safer play. It still gets outspared. Crunch is a chomp. So now Arcanine is required. Terra Fairy. Waterfall, no flinch. In comes the not Crunch because it wants to flinches. And gets, hold the front door, Crunch. For the kill. Should be taken by Arcanine, who needs to not get flinched. Honestly, had to click Waterfall and play for the flinch there. You really had to. There was such a terrifying Sharpedo it is, but I figured maybe on that Waterfall we'd see a switch to like Dry Skin Jinx. It's not to be. And instead, Diancie is able to pick up a series of kills for a 5-0 win in favour of the Berkshire Bellossom. Nicely done. Loving the double protect for flex. Goes for it. We had to see a triple protect in Draft League, that's for sure. Right. 5 now. Here we go. Irish Inkays against the Gloucestershire Gallade. Then the Starmies against the Altarias. That's a big battle, actually. Can the Irish Inkays turn this into a big battle? Cheerio triple protected you? Oh, I didn't remember. It's cool to know. Did they all matter as well? Well. Go on, Matthew! Gallade are in. Oh, that Scarf. Right. That is a Litten's turn 1 from last season right there. Right. We have had 2 pretty catastrophic turn 1s. What can be salvaged? I mean, there's a lot of damage to be done still, to be honest, with the Sun Up and the Volcanion and the Slitherwing. I don't know if the battle's even over yet. The full power, though, on the potential rocks going up is massive. Because that would buy you a free switch. Instead, there's Rain Dance. Albeit Volcanion doesn't hate that too much. It can't do anything to Mantine. It doesn't seem to have Toxic. And you know what does have Toxic? The Mantine. No substitute abuse of sorts. Sub-lefties, Volcanion would have gone hard, but hindsight is 2020. So in comes Rotom Frost. What does it do to a Zeraora? Is it a Will-O-Wisp on the switch? It should be. It's not. Will-O-Wisp being the Water Veil Mon takes balls, but you do it anyway. There's the knockoff. HDB's gone. Will-O-Wisp will connect. This would be Volt Switch, won't it? No, it's a knockoff. Guess wouldn't want to risk the Sandy Shock switch anyway. So no Heat Rock. Rain Dance Mantine. That is cool. And then it comes. Body Press. The rocks are gaping. And now this thing can Rain Dance again. Matthew and the Inkays. Oh, Sunny Day Rotom. What the heck? Well, they've clawed back a turn there. Here comes the Slither Wing. It is knocked off, though, and that's a critical Choice Scarf gone. There's a force play. They're going for it. Outsped by the Volt Switch. Antine's going to come in. I mean, it is going to struggle to take it regardless. But it does take it. Gets burnt by the Flare Blitz, which is incredibly unlucky. Clearly not Water Veil. Must be Swift Swim. Understandable. Better ability. Or Water Absorb for Volcanium. You never know. So, Sandy Shocks is in. Use its boost. Terra Ice. Earth Power and crit to kill. Very decent chance that mattered, I don't know. Okay, the burn. Is this just a little bit slowly turning? I mean, the Slitherwing has no Choice Scarf. The Volcanian's toxic. It's still in the bag. Hurricane missing. Rotom not having heavy duty boots is massive. The knockoff that Zero Aura got before it went down. Because Rotom would be getting free Fake Out City. Fake Out is the move from Tinkaton. Does it have anything to clean up with? I'm not sure while it's burnt. Antine comes in, looking for the Rain Dance play. Can't be yawned, it's burnt. Free switch. Rain Dance, baby. Woo! Rapid spin. Better late than never. A Roost is 16 PP. Woo! It's only 8. Wow. Someone probably corrected me about that earlier, and I probably completely don't know what it. What is 16 PP? I don't know. Slack off definitely is, right? I don't know. Don't mind me. Having a little doze in the sun. It's nice weather. Spike scattered. Yawn up. I mean, the rapid spin goes off. I do seem to feel like the chips are just waiting to come down. Subson's licking his lips and stroking his hips at the thought of Scarf Gallade coming in at the moment. Just clicking a move. It's a 5-3 advantage. You just don't feel like that, I have to say. Slitherwing. Agility. I think that might be it. Is that it? Triple Axel. Oh, hitting, and killing. Thanks to one crit, but mainly just hitting all of them. Here comes Volcanion. Now, this will live one, but... That's huge. Steam Eruption crit. Toxic brings it down. It's going to be Gardevoir to have to clean up. And it should do. It should do just fine. Moon Blast Mega Gardevoir. Is there a reason for that? Is there like a soundproof mon? Or someone that runs Throat Chop? Are you expecting Throat Chop Roaring Moon? Oh? Or did you just click Moon Blast because you were used to running normal Gardevoir? These are the questions. Mystical Fire. Doing some bits slowly but surely. Keeping it unmega to trace photosynthesis. There. Photosynthesis just about more powerful than a pixelated Hyper Voice? I guess it is a little bit. Even considering the special attack boost. It's quite a tech, but it's a 2-0 anyway. For the Gloucestershire Gallade. Should I write that in? Alright. The Starmies against the Altarias. Got a similar looking 6 from the Starmies. Now the new Tinglu improved Altarias with the still with the angry bug, the low kicks, right? Yeah. Marina, Tinglu, Rotom Heat is the core. Sneasler and Beedrill bring the offense with some priority. Priority bug is the way. That defensive Charizard is everything so far this season in terms of being that particular tie that keeps things together in some particular games. That's cool to see. I don't know how it's going to take Beedrill Poison Jab still though. Alright. Now it's got an opener. It might be forced to U-turn or just not take the risk on a Scarf Rotom, and Rotom goes to the Will-O-Wisp and misses straight off the bat. Sniper allows the Will-O-Wisp to hit. Gets the U-turn off. I guess not worried about that, given Eel Bell probably on Scream Tail. Inglu in on the Nihilego. Knockoff is Roselli. Okay. Interesting Roselli. A cool one. Body press huge. Read. To punish the Scarada. That thing. Well, there's not really much priority that it wouldn't already die to. But it's still a big deal. Earthquake tickling the Tinglu, but hey, with Defog and Roost, if you've got Boast, which I imagine might be the last 2 moves, there is Roost. Hey, Elliot. There's a U-turn, no Defog it would seem. Perhaps the Defog is the Charizard. It is, that has what's come in. Well, Earthquake, what could the Tinglu's final move be? It's shown all of them, and therefore Defog is free. Okay. What is Rotom Heat going to do? How does it want to respond to the imminent Flygon? There's a double to Primarina, which is nice for Mariana, trying to force the plays. Does so successfully. What does Primarina do to Scream Tail? Is it Toxic it? Scream Tail's coming in. Oh, Substitute. I mean, Hyper Voice, if it has, probably goes through, but it doesn't run Hyper Voice, does it? No. Psychic Fangs. What the fuck? That doesn't break sub, though. Here's Moonblast. Psychic Fangs breaking sub. Stalled fishing for burn. Getting burn straight away. But this thing, it's hard to switch in Sneasler aggressively, right? Thunderwave does power the Primarina. There's actually no happy switch into Screamtail. Arguably that turn should have been Rotom Heat, but that is easy to say now. Because Rotom Heat does safely somewhat Volt Switch into Sneasler, right? Is that not the play? Or are you just too scared about Flygon coming in? I don't know. Because these mons don't really do anything to each other. Is this the long battle people are saying about? I guess it probably is, because there's not many left. And these two mons coexist. And on the contrary, Sniper can go hard Nihilego on a Moonblast that gets the drop. It's very important, that 30%. So in comes Screamtail. They can do this all day because ultimately, I think probably only a schooled crit would be an issue on switching for Nihilego. But, of course, it still could get the burn. And Ariana's clearly chosen that they're not going to be the one to break this deadlock. And they will Moonblast. And get the drop again. Well, that's fine. Sniper can just do it again. If Ariana wants to sit here and wait until Nihilego's in and able to attack, they can. It's a bit weird. Will they Scald this time? They will sub. And will they Scald now? No, because Sniper accepts that Primarina behind a sub makes it far less negotiable. That's the Gen 2 ROM. Oh, Hardcore Soul Silver? Yeah, the Gen 4 remake of the Gen 2 ROMs. Yeah, I don't know, because I've been away. But documentation for it is pretty developed. But that's the fun part, right? Because teams won't actually get to see the documentation until they're like really far behind. Be gone to PP now. Is Wish is a move that still has 16 PP, so it's on 12. There's a lot of PP left here. Psychic Fang's just 9, and Sniper has gone into full PP stall mode, which is adorable. I think I will speed up a little bit until I see a switch. It does feel like Ariana probably has the upper hand on PP. Only 2 Thunder Waves though. Doing a big job. There's no heal bell because the last move I guess is just protect. That means Flygon's burn as well. Rotom Heat was... Oh, I'm on this battle. Oh, they're still going at it. Eight wishes left. How? Did I just doze off? And they're still going? Oh my god. I need some water or something. Yeah, I just micro napped, I think. Sorry about that. I'm very tired. God, I have to cast for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours tonight. I'm gonna die. Actually gonna die. Reaching a new peak of the longest battle without a kill. Boring, boring. So you are 2v2 is Thursday? I beg you're right. That is really important. I should check that straight away. It is Thursday. Holy shit, nice. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna sleep so much. You know why I thought it was today? Because I had to seed it by today. That's why. That's why. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I feel like this weight has just been lifted. Oh. Oh. Oh, shall we continue watching? Where are we? 3 wishes left. Okay, let's get into it. This is kind of interesting because the battle is basically just starting like 80, 90 turns late is how it kind of is. But the important thing is huge body press on Meowscarada. Meowscarada? Anyone had an Australian say that? Just fast forward. Normal speed is fine. Because look, they're switches. Go on. Marina back in. Defog. Ancient Power. Holy shit. What a catch that is for Rodol Heat, but no boost and therefore no defog. And the defog does matter. For I imagine Nihilego and no, Nihilego's also got boots. Well, Galarian and Diamantine I guess doesn't care as much, so. And we're back. Yeah, we are back. And it can't be frozen because of the burn. But wish. 1 PP. That's what matters. And ultimately the para has helped Ariana here. what is Screamtail useful for at this point? Truly, it is a liability. And it's going to go down. It's not a pretty way to beat Amon, but clearly Sniper didn't feel like the rest of their team / build was going to be able to break this Primarina once it was buying a sub without sacrificing too much. So they hoped that Ariana wouldn't have the patience. And well, if you're going to win the PP battle, why wouldn't you have the patience? Nihilego in and out. Not really shaking it all about. Flygon in, but there's an Ice Beam. This is falling apart. Terra Poison for the Roost. Terra Poison revealed just so that it doesn't die to Ice Beam Primarina is a sad time, albeit it is taking those hits okay. How many Scalds? 4. Now the PP stall switches to Flygon. Alright, well here's Beedrill. Bam, Drill Run, predicting a switch. Huge over prediction. Wait, no, they forgot it was Levitate, of course, because they wanted to hit Drill Run on the poison. Unlucky Ariana. Oh! U-turning on the Darmanitan, not fearing the Scarf. I mean, that is a ballsy play, but equally, you know that one of these three is going to be Scarfed. Or Beedrill. I think Ariana just said, fuck it. It's been 90 turns. If you're Scarf, at least I know it's Scarf and I can go Rotom. And ends up calling a bluff that cripples the Starmies here. Well, back to Primarina, but it is running out. The longest Gen 9 battle? Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, there's 170-ish turn battle between... Was it Cheerio and Bex? I don't think so. It was one of those two against someone. Obviously, there was the 200 and something between Raph and Rai. So this is a long way to go to compete. Albeit in Gen 9 it is impressive, considering the firepower available to both teams. But it's the stubbornness and the jostling for position that's understandable, to be honest. Scald, hitting. Ting-Lu. Is it choiced? Will there be a prediction? There should be. It's definitely choiced. Indeed, it's a Scarf, like Power Gem to kill the Beedrill. Was it a happy accident from Ariana or a perfect read? We shall not know. There's the Grass Knot, no switch out. Gets the Beast Boost, but Beedrill's going to come in, get a free U-turn on the Flygon inbound. Bell Sting it. Okay, that was brave. Poison Jab. Roost. Okay, right. And initiative dropped. Low kicks in. What does it get other than first impression? I've not seen it use any move ever. Charizard in. Terra Dark. Sword Stance. Okay, what is it going to do? Sucker. Damage. Trailblaze. This thing's fast. Fire Blast. Bang. Terra Dark. Wowzer. The cleanup. Leech Life. Gone. 5-0. What a set. First time I've seen Trailblaze on a move like that. We saw it a little bit with the Urshifu the other week. 5-0. 112 turns. Fair enough. To Ariana. Critical turn. We waited a long time to see it. Was it worth it? Yeah, I only feel happy because I know I'm not working tonight and I got a little nap in during that battle. So, yeah. Bastions is right. And well, Bastions is here, in fact. Because this is the Morsecoon Mimes. In fact. They're going up against the Arnhem Appletuns. Zoro time. What can Bastions do here? They're heavily underseeded, and yet you wouldn't often expect that over the course of Smiles Go for Miles history. What can he do to catch out the Mega Venusaur? Well, there's the classic setup Gliscor. Obviously, he's got big hurricanes from the boy Articuno. There's no happy switches into that. So, Articuno is obviously a huge mon, very unique mon. You can understand why Bastion's a big fan of it. It's a very unique mon. I feel like that with Aurorus when it comes to ice types, but then Aurorus isn't quite as bring this to whatever battle you want because of not how like it benefits from randomly slapping boots on things. There's the Entei. Could be banded. Would do a lot of damage to everything. But I think Hydreigon's kind of the interesting one here. There's actually no safe switches to it whatsoever. It just clicks Dark Pulse. And nothing wants to come in. Certainly not Zoro. So we'll see. Regirock. Is it Regirock? Is it the Zoroark? We've seen this sort of combo before. Terrifier, Articuno. There's the Flamethrower. It's resisted on the Zoroark. Hurricane. It's gone. And turn 1 falls as a disaster for Yeti. The Life Orb Articuno is here. Terrifier. Earthquake there from the Melmetal. But the Sizzle, the Mega fucking Sizzle, the free U-turn, or the Roost, and the not Mega. What? Okay, there's the Mega. There's the U-turn. Now it loses rocks and initiative, though. Gliscor's going to come in. Does it have Defog? Does it fear the Ice Spinner? Does it get that? Does Donphan get that? I feel like it gets that. I think I've seen it use that. It does. That's a lot of damage. For a giraffe. Oh! Terra Fairy. Defog. Is it going in Power Fire? Did it get that? Yeah. Alright, nice. That kills. Wow. Giraffe got Wedge. Interesting. Sizzle down. Terra used now on both sides. Sacred Fire. Bosch. Bosch gets the burn. Thunderwave. Very, very important Thunderwave. Albeit Vaporeon with the option to heal Bell. But what's it going to heal Bell in front of? Well, it would probably have been this little giraffe fella here. But it probably outspeeds Melmetal. Probably. Vaporeon in here. Scald is a threat. Does he want the rocks that bad? I think he's going to press them. He does. Greedily takes the Scald. Thinking that he might get Bastions to heal Bell. It was not to be. Articuno will take some damage from the rock. Still considerable. Did show, of course, the Life Orb that saw it get the one shot on the Zoroark. That does mean it's susceptible to said Stealth Rocks. It was actually supposed to have Heal Bell. Oh, it doesn't. That's scary. But Entei's speed only really matters for Venusaur. At this point, who we can probably take one hit from. Not so sure, actually. Depends on if you have boots. I can't remember. I'm unsure. Double Iron Bash here. Crit on the second. Looking to fire off a Wish or a Scald. Probably a Scald because Thunder Punch might kill. Oh. If it has it. It has it. It kills. So, I'm assuming this is Assault Vest. But then that would mean that Draco did loads for Hydreigon. But then Hydreigon could be Specs. And if Bastions was expecting these 6, he'd probably go Specs just because it's a fantastic Hydreigon game against these 6. I think that's what it is. Donphan down. This is great. Entei can just stay in. It doesn't though, because it wants to have to keep the resistance to double Iron Bash. Gliscor in on a Sludge Bomb. Nicely done. This is tense. Gliscor will hold and keep Regieleki out of the battle. Male Metal is in. The U-turn, I don't think there's room for it on this Gliscor. Earthquakes. Oh, Earthquake over predicting. I think expecting the Ice Punch prediction. And a switch. Does it even get Ice Punch? It does. Nearly kills. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. I don't know if Bastions knows the risks he's even taking. What a fucking battle. The Earthquake prediction again! Oh my god. I don't think Bastions fears the Regieleki as much as Yeti expects him to. Even though the Regieleki is probably specs, it can't one-shot Hydreigon, right? That's the main thing. Terra Blast isn't a kill. Did he forget to click Terra? No, he'd already used Terra. Down it goes. A catastrophe at the end for Yeti, who just gets it in his head one too many times. What a win. What a win for Bastions. I say that. He needs to kill the Mega Venusaur. He's probably going to have to hit a Hurricane. He should win, though. And the Mimes, who are tied for top of the conference. And Regieleki can't Terra, but it can run Terra Blast, of course. Nice. Interesting workaround. Yeah, Venusaur can't kill Gliscor. Yeti should FF, but he wants them on difference. I respect it. In comes Entei. Looking for my hits and burns. Gliscor. And Earthquake. GG. That was a good game. That's my favorite game so far today. We've got the Liverpool Litten against the Rotterdam Rotoms. Hello. Alrighty. Here we go. Toxtricity is an option. Looking for an early Terra, perhaps, Joe. Maybe force into it here. Spiky Shield. Looking for a flip turn. Finds it. Very nice. And can Terra this turn, or switch Skarmory, or Florges. Florges is the move of choice. Is it Corviknight, or is it Toxtricity? It's Diggersby. Baiting the Skarmory into U-turn. Will it find a Rocky Helmet is the question. Oh, just Gunk Shot. Okay. Corviknight comes in, looking to defog away rocks. Not rocks, just some damage. Joe choosing for the value chip over just getting outright turns ahead. But he will Whirlwind this turn. I think maybe a little bit unfortunate to bring in Toxtricity. I think honestly, I thought Skarmory was going to be setting hazards, but hey, Shift Gear is here. It's looking to die for some damage on Mudsdale. Let's go, Toxtricity. You do you. Terra Grass, though, means it will live. There's the Throat Spray. Hold the front door. This thing's actually a threat. Down goes the Mudsdale. In comes Skarmory, looking to use its Sturdy. Body press isn't a kill. This is really odd. Is Raikou scarfed? It is. Scarf Raikou to cover off the Qualky boy. Iron Bundle. Interesting. Hydro Pump there. Diggersby is such a threat now. But of course, there is a Chestnut. Chestnut a bit stressed out. But, you know, despite being 4 to 5, I feel like Joe has the money he needs in Chestnut. Has Leaps battle happened? I don't believe so. Gunk Shot. Honestly, Gunk Shot on Diggersby is... It's like... I don't know. I'm just surprised to see it get a slot. There's the burn on Scald, of course. Raikou gets Scald. Smile. Cool thing. Back in comes Overquill. On a baton pass to back to Diggersby. Just Earthquake or U-turn, all you need to do. Or Corviknight. Fearing the liquidation, I guess. Corviknight because it doesn't have U-turn, and this is the double predicting the Chestnut, which is great, but now it's a double back into... What? What? It was a double predicting the Raikou. An actual double from Casper, as Vex says in the chat. Trying to maneuver a situation where Diggersby is in on Raikou. But even then, like, you should just be clicking Frustration this whole time. Diggersby was actually the key. Casper's played amazingly to maneuver Diggersby into situations where he can put him on top this battle. He's been clicking fucking Gunk Shot. Or doubling back out because he's not clicking Frustration. It doesn't make sense. If it's banded Diggersby, and it had just been clicking Frustration this time, this battle might just be over. Straight up, Chestnut can't just switch in to a banded Diggersby Frustration more than once. It's I have a suspicion that the Diggersby Scarf, but that makes it so unfortunate that Raikou's also Scarf. That is good planning from Joe. He does Barb Barrage there. Now he starts hitting the spikes. Sets up for the W. Again, he's still outnumbered, but Chestnut is beating Diggersby as it stands. Delibird is... Oh, Iron Bundle's losing to Florges as it stands. I'm just interested in Regidrago. You really wish you were Terra Ghost on? No? Yeah. It probably should have been, but I don't know. It's easy to say now. Toxic would have been cool as well. What's Regidrago going to be? That's my main worry at the moment. Is it Dragon Dance? Is it Specs Energy thing? There's Diggersby. Yeah, Mega Zam didn't come. I remember that. But then that means that one of these couldn't have come. Gunk Shot is there, and Poisons. That's why you run Gunk Shot, apparently. And, well. Now the Intimidate has to come through. But again, it seems like Choice Diggersby. It doesn't seem like it's banded. Maybe it is banded, and that's just insane defense from Chestnut, but I'm questioning that. Yeah, it was definitely Scarf, yeah. To be fair, it'd be hard to run banded Diggersby here. I'd love AV. That'd be pretty cool. But then you're always fearing the one turn you try and trade with Raikou. you get schooled, burnt, and rolled. But even then, I think like burnt Diggersby with Earthquake plus Quick Attack probably kills. Here we go. Chestnut in. Frustration. Same thing. There you go. This looks ropey now, in fact. All this patient play from Casper. I didn't feel like he'd actually find the opening, but I think he has. It's just down to Raikou and whether Regidrago can deal. Sylveon's in. Eventually Overquill will get in on Sylveon and fire off something. Corviknight is also the issue. It's actually very hard for Joe now that he's outnumbered 3-5. What does Florges do? Oh, it's another Calm Mind Florges. And that's actually... Well, that's actually not a big deal because Diggersby exists. But it can take one from Diggersby from full. Especially given that if it's Calm Mind, it's surely max defense. And it's only Scarf Diggersby. So, it'll come in now. And there's no Wish Pass. And I'm pretty sure Diggersby dies here in this exchange. So Corviknight is going to come in. On a Protect of all things. Just because Joe wants to get that extra 3% in case of like a gunk shot. I don't know, crit or something. Or Calm Minds. What can Corviknight do? Is it running Iron Head? Steel Wing? It's got Brave Bird, but no Steel type stab. Oh dear. Of course, it's a Skarmory with U-turn. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is going to happen? I mean, this is just more chip, really, for Joe to open up the door a little bit less narrow for Raikou. Diggersby can often force a switch to Overquill, but then Diggersby should be clicking Earthquake now in that scenario. Maybe you have to click Gunk Shot to ensure a kill, though. But, well, actually, Florges outspeeds Corviknight, which is a big deal. Sylveon's going to come in, looking for the Wish Pass to Diggersby, but I feel like Joe will read that by now. And Florges is now starting to hit really hard. Corviknight's going to come back in. Something's going to have to be sacked to get Diggersby in. The only way. Oh dear. This could just be a roll to kill. It doesn't. It's a Roost. More Calm Minds then, clearly. Yep. Alrighty. U-turn is the play. Diggersby is in, but it's not going to kill. Not without crit. It's not going to kill. Gunk Shot. Will Joe go Quillfish? I don't think he has to. He doesn't. He lives. And Diggersby goes down. Regidrago outspeeds though, right? But is it if it's special? I'll imagine if it's special. Oh my god. It's Terra Blast. So it's Dragon Dance, it's physical. But it has to Terra. What is its type? For poison? What? What? Toxtricity had already terrored. And Regidrago didn't have to come in because there was no Wish Up for Florges. So Joe was quite happy to trade Corviknight being in and the Diggersby death to open up for Raikou. Who, granted, couldn't Volt Switch out for free on Sylveon because Sylveon would get the Wish Up. Even then, it's kind of hard because I think with Iron Bundle in the back, especially with Freeze Dry as an option, not that it matters because this isn't water type, but like Casper should have had that. Whew. Oof. That is really unfortunate. All right. Last battle before our featured match. Surely the Blazikins against the Aggron has happened in the meantime. After the Starmies against the Altarias, there's no way it hasn't. A Scunthorpe Scorbunny. Against the Leeds Ludicolos. Alright. Here we go. You know, I think I recognise this composition. Nice knockoff. Power Herb gone. And down goes Dragapult, because it is Scarfed Tornadus. Right. Bonsly going to come in on a Heat Wave, probably? What? Ominous Wind? What? Huh? It lives? Alan lives? And blizzards? Holy shit, no Mega on the Abomasnow. Why not Mega? We'll never know. That would probably have killed Pidgeot. Yeah, does look like last week's build. Does. Oh, here's Incineroar. In comes Terrakion on a knockoff. Ooh, justified. Mirror Herb. Everyone bringing Mirror Herbs against Loop now for the Shell Smashers. That's funny. Terra Ground on the Close Combat. Terra Blast. Close Combat, even better. That's the classic Terra play right there. Winning the exchange and getting a kill. Terrakion and Dragapult down. Loop picking off the fast offensive threat. And while there might be another fast offensive threat because there's a Rain Dance up and now there's a Seismitoad beckoning. Substitute, looking for a potential baton pass in play, but Loop ain't going to give it to him. Terra Fairy on the sub. The rain turns are running out, and as Azazel and Raindrop, they know it. They can get the baton pass off here, but Incineroar will break. Surely. It does with the U-turn, clean. And comes X-Cloud. Can it live? Depends what this Seismitoad is going. Hydro Pump lived on 2% by the X-Cloud, who returns with a Boom Burst one-shot. Crikey malikey. Need a roll, huh? That's Kartana with the knockoff and the first for Beast Boost. That will likely not be the last this battle. Thunderous is in. And out. Okay. The faster Scarfer has spoken, it would seem. And now there is, oh, well. This forces it out, but that's the one time that can be used. And that means that Fire Punch, whilst it kills, Loomis wants the Thunder Wave, so Zygarde has to come in, but then in fairness, that should be it. It has Thunder Wave and Loop stays in. And Incineroar's super low, but it's actually a ground type now. It has Intimidate, but Smart Strike, I think, just ends the battle. Incineroar's going to come in, but that's kind of... maybe it Leaf Blade. And as Zygarde lives... Wait, maybe... Does Valiant live one? I mean, the Para, though. The Para. And the Crit Chant. It lives! And it Fire Punches to kill. Jesus. I guess Kartana didn't have Smart Strike. What could Zygarde have done to Kartana? I don't know. Jesus. A 2-0 win for the Leeds Ludicolos. And I've got some scores to fill in that I've been forgetting here. Who now win? Mark Strike barely touches the Zygarde? Well, it would probably be +1 though. There's a 3-0. There's a Joe 3-0. After Incineroar? Fair. I was just very worried when Luke didn't go Zygarde on the Volbeat. I felt like that would have been a lot safer. Alright, we've got one battle left. Of course, it is the featured matchup, which means a probably very patient and long-waiting Sark is waiting to talk about their matchup against the Ponyta Ponyta. What I will do is I will get a channel point prediction up. For you very avid, loyal watchers who I love very much. And you'll have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, to predict. Whilst we get set up. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. I'll see you then. One in, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with coach of the Limerick Lumineon. It's Sark, perhaps the greatest Irish Pokemon player that Smiles Go for Miles has ever seen. Isn't that right? You're featured up against the Portishead Ponyta. Why?
I foresight, I guess. Because, well, me and Harry could not be more even at the moment. But I think at the time, I liked Harry's team, and I thought he was quite a decent player. And it was kind of spaced out a bit from other games that were already featured. So it just seemed a bit convenient, at least.
It's a huge match in terms of one gets playoff comfort, one gets playoff mega anxiety. All right, this is cool. How do you feel about the sort of prep? I mean, you've got that Clodsire, Jirachi, Inteleon, Mega Altaria going on, but the Infernape.
Yeah, Infernape. Recently traded for, obviously. I liked its matchup, especially Scarfed versus Treads. I was very scared of Treads going into this battle. I feel like it has a lot of coverage for most of my team, as one of my main ground switch-ins would be an Altaria. When Fairy type, it just kind of gets nuked by any steel move. So I was quite scared of it, which is kind of why Serena is here as well. But overall, I think my team did okay. There's one regret I have that will be shown quite quickly. But
all right. Well, let's see. What are you thinking? What are you expecting from Harry when you see his 6 months? Particularly,
I'm expecting something that's really just Zoroark. But
fair.
But I have Scarf Jirachi, so I plan just to lead it because it never dies to a Scarf Shadow Ball. So it's always kind of a free scout. Just U-turn and see if it's Zoroark or not.
Fair enough. All right.
So
let us see. What is the apparent mon? It's apparently this.
It's apparently Treads.
The one
so
thing.
I am scared.
Yeah. But this wouldn't be Scarf, would it? Nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I clicked the U-turn button. But I get willowed instantly.
Scarf Willow. Yeah, that's
which I was not expecting at all, but it happened. But now I know it's locked in.
Bell Altaria or
I don't. But I saw a free Inteleon switch in, and now I'm scared of this being Scarfed as well. So
just crit one shot it. You're fully committed at this point.
Oh, I know. I was going
What?
to, but I got scared. Yeah, no. Close combat one shots even when scarfed,
Bruh,
so I just insta switch.
Harry and his
And Harry
stupid
trailblazes in my
yeah,
face,
bro.
and
Harry
I'm
and his
just
stupid Trailblaze crap. Like, you know what Harry and Subson are like? There'll be a mon that gets a set and it pops off once, and that's it. They'll nail it until it gets shut down. They'll continue having this fetish for it. Absolutely.
but yeah, Altaria kind of comes in for free. It doesn't really get hit by much, so I feel like it was safe
But
enough to
your
come in on it.
opportunity cost is huge.
Yeah.
You're 2 turns down. But you can turn this. You can turn this. You're right. Altaria is a good move. Balloon.
And I just D-dance because the Urshifu doesn't touch me.
And you
But
weren't
I am
expecting
scared of
Balloon.
this.
But what a
No,
set.
but
No?
it wasn't. It's not that I was actually caught off guard by. It's the fact that it's not Ironhead. Because I cocked Ironhead and I never died. But it does not click Ironhead.
Oh, has he got the metal
instead,
thingy that
it clicks. No, it clicks Heavy Slam.
Oh.
And I'm just dead.
What
Because
a
Return into
play,
EQ
man.
killed it, so I wasn't scared of it.
What a play.
But whatever, we're back into this. So I just snipe shot.
Free crit.
Get the crit.
That doesn't take any
But then
damage.
here's my big regret. I Terra Grass and I kill it, obviously.
Ooh,
Not sure if crit mattered, don't remember.
Probably it looks Assault Vest, but we'll see.
It was Assault Vest, yeah. But that's the thing. If I'm Terra Electric, this Jolteon isn't that much of a threat anymore. But Terra Ice Jolteon just kind of walks through the team.
I see it does hit
so
everything.
I don't really know what to do.
The classic bolt beam coverage. And you're gonna get
which I don't know why I don't run it myself when I have Ice Beam on Inteleon myself. But yeah, Jirachi comes in. I'm expecting Flamethrower, but I never really. Jirachi's kind of useless, well burned.
Wow.
I still don't know why that was clicked even to this day. I think at the time I forgot Psychic resist Psychic or something due to stress, and I just didn't click Ironhead.
You might have flinched. Your out was probably many flinches in a row. It's just
but Ironhead has a higher flinch chance and does the same damage.
Yes.
But if Scythe Shot comes in and does over 50%, so I'm kind of
These
rough.
rocks are not going to save the state and pace of this battle.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate battle, really. Nothing really happens, and I click Zen Headbutting. My out would have been Inteleon if it didn't die to Jolteon, but I just missed 2 Zen Headbutts and just be sad for the rest of the battle.
Alright, now it's about Mon difference, because you know you can't win this unless Harry throws. So in comes this. Alright. Snipe shot, nice. Very cool. Don't have to worry about that stupid one anymore.
Jolteon. It's
just dodge the Terra Blast. Yeah, fair. Sack
Clodsire does very little.
So now you have to U-turn and take more damage with Infernape on Slowbro.
Pretty much.
Or just hard double.
I was contemplating it, but I didn't in the end. I did U-turn.
I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I think it's probably better.
Yeah, no, it was just a rough battle. I think in prep, I have someone I know from Twitter that plays in a different draft league, and we prep together. But in terms of what happens, we kind of bring one team usually, and they didn't bring Jolteon, and then I overlooked it, I guess. But yeah, I didn't crit the Slowbro. I didn't bring knockoff. I brought an interesting set to deal with both Treads and Charizard simultaneously with Charm and Synthesis. But no knockoff.
Yeah, Zard didn't come in at all, huh?
Zard didn't come in at all for the whole battle, because it didn't need to, and it would just get chunked by rocks anyway. And now I'm just sucker power whipping while Harry grinds kills on a stupid Galarian Slowbro.
Well,
it's unfortunate, but there's a lot of hindsight to this battle that I almost kill it near the end, but Blaze nearly gives me the kill.
Yeah. That's cool, actually. Fine. The Heavy Slam Air Balloon. What a prep.
And
man.
Harry told me after that there was no earthquake on the Treads, so it was really, really free to come in on Clodsire, but I had no clue. It was a very hard support set, so I was scared of it for no reason.
That's a nice play though when you know the threat of a move is enough because you're never going to be able to really click it anyway, and suddenly you have a move slot. It's a really interesting
Yeah.
thing. But that's okay. You can help break the standings down as I type them in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still 8th, at least.
All right. Or
I'm not out of playoffs just yet. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what's going on.
That
So
Pudding hasn't played again. Classic late Pudding game.
that's okay. So the Gallade are gonna go top
for now, at least. Yeah. Subsen
Ooh.
plays the games, and that's the featured match next week. So
They play each other. What a match! Cool. 2 win streak, 4 subs, and the Mimes. The Mimes who I believed in so hard.
Yeah.
Yeti. This is a failures record right here. 8-3 and 6 mon difference. This is rough, actually.
Yeah, failures is actually a 7.
Yeah, it's so
somehow
similar.
better.
8-3, and the Litten pass that so many foresaw has occurred. Will the Litten and Mimes change places again before the end of the season? I don't know. Bellossom against the SuperRods. That was definitely one of the battles of all time. What is with these win streaks coming through Lower Smiles playoffs?
Yeah. Sniper and I both lost. So we're both 6 and 5, and Harry creeps up a little bit from this game.
-2.
And in terms, yeah, -2 while still being positive.
That's
my mon diff
fine.
is not too good myself.
It's impressive that Sniper still has 12 mon difference despite a 5-0 loss. Really?
Yeah. Ariana's mon diff is actually quite good too.
7 and 4. Very nice. Ooh. Yeah, Ariana is on the hunt. Big time.
Ariana and Bass, actually. They're out 5 and 6 now.
They are. But Miles Conference still thinks they're better, so we got to stay quiet. Just in case. Oh, man. That's a tough one for the Scorbunnies, actually. I just see.
Oh, it's
true.
Yeah.
Real gap suddenly feels like it's
I can't believe Loop decided to play the game. It was quite mesmerizing.
The gangster. Never underestimate. There are some players that when they're on the downslide and whatnot, you can pretty much be confident in a win. But even when Loop is winless in the season, etc., and we saw that with Teko this week, you just can't snooze. You cannot snooze. I've also written this. There we go, -10. I'm so tired. I've definitely made an error. But you know that's Rye's problem.
No, I think it. No Thomas game.
Yeah, he's on the 5-loss streak. He's still undergoing meditation.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. Lost to me first week, and then won 4, and then lost 5.
The days. Streets won't forget the Aggron being 4 and 1, third in Smiles. That is as a sight to behold. The Yanma. Is it really possible for the Yanma? I mean, they're still at -13.
There are so many 4 and 7s. It's quite.
Well, Cat's like, how about a 3 and 8 just for you? And he did. And he did.
And Loop as well with 3 and 8.
Yeah, no, Loop chilling. Absolutely not worried about Loop making playoffs. He is in the driver's seat at -21 mon difference. And the Irish Inkays, despite 2 wins, will be bottoming still. -29. That allows me to try and guess the positions. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dude, the Mimes and the Litwicks are actually like soul lost. So weird. You are indeed 9. Hey. I think.
And Thomas is Thomas 11, I guess.
He's got 4 wins. We just look at how many wins they've got basically. It'll change, so it's pretty placeholder anyway. But that's not right. That is there. The icy climb, slow and steady.
Yeah, I see slow climb.
Cat versus Loop now. The true rivalry. for 16th as it stands. Where's my thing? There we go. Bosh. Easy. Done. I'm a professional at this. Why do we need Rye as an overlord? Oh, they're here. Yeah. I was tabbed out.
That's a nice close
so
stream.
Subs in top of the conference is actually something he always feels like he's super close, but actually never actually does. Like he always has strong league players. Technically, it's not really top of the conference until he beats Pudding next week. Then it would have to be like that. So that is going to be the battle. Oh my goodness! But also don't sleep on Thomas against Pudding as well. That'd be fun. Either way.
Yeah.
We will see. We will see. Oh wow! What do we got in next week then? Because it's going to be a relatively short turnover. So we live again on Sunday.
Yeah.
So this is kind of interesting. We have Appletuns Yanma, which is nice. You play the Litten? Oh,
yeah, I do.
I don't know if you want to be losing that at this point.
I know. I
okay.
think it's probably my hardest game that I've left. Because either Subzan beats Pudding and gets overconfident, or Subzan loses to Pudding and gets really, really depressed. And either way, I think Subzan will play worse after the game.
Fair. Okay.
So I'm more scared of Joe than anyone else that I have left. But
right. Well, even so, whenever you need a favor when it comes to making playoffs, usually at the time of obligation, it is the Ludicolos that step up, and they'll just beat the Starmies for you somehow. The Scorbunnies against the Inkays. That is actually very important, particularly for the Scorbunnies. Rotoms Agron's critical. Pretty much loser if that's out of playoff race. Mimes SuperRods. So the Mimes have to regain. They have to regain. They have to. Ponyta Entei. Altarias, Bellossom, maybe some spice. Altarias, if they're serious about making it back to playoffs and giving you a proper shit yourself fight, then they want to be winning that.
Yeah.
And of course, the main attraction, Gallade versus Blazerkins.
The big game.
Two of our top 4 power ranked teams, if I'm not mistaken. Well, talk me through the Mars conference schedule, because I don't really care about this. What do you make of it?
I haven't looked at it myself because I don't care really. I watch the stream every week to find out what happens in most of the games. But
fair enough.
I think Stardomie X is probably the standout game.
Not the Combees Mimikyu.
Top 2. Yeah, yes and no, because it's already done, so I won't comment on it. But I kind of forgot.
That's true, actually.
I kind of forgot.
Don't say anything, please. Good point. I guess we have the top 2 teams in both conferences playing each other just by coincidence in week 12.
Just by chance.
That's quite cool, actually. I like that. And here are the vast majority of power rankings thinking that are, Miles are anything more than equals at best to Smiles. Dear, oh dear. Oh, well. Well, this is pretty cool. How many weeks we got remaining? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 6 weeks left. This is getting down to crunch time. This is where we find who can discover that extra gear of prep and play in their battles. Because those margins of making playoffs and particularly making top 4, like, they are everything. We've never seen a team win playoffs from the back end of the bracket since the modern era. It just doesn't happen, like from the actual base. We've had close. It's been close, but it just don't happen. It just don't happen. And with that, I will be live on Sunday. That'll be the next time I'm actually live. Well, I'll be live on Thursday, actually, with the UR 2v2 playoffs. So if you do like Rocket League, you should probably catch that here. Did you play in the UR 2v2 event, even though you may not have been allowed to, Sark?
I am not old enough to be in uni, so
you should just trick the administration.
I very could have, but I didn't. I didn't try.
You not get like a scholarship to. You not get like a scholarship to go to uni early when like you're 12.
Maybe not.
You can. There was a guy at my primary school who had done his A levels by year 6, and then when he was 14, he went to uni at 14. Yeah. I don't know.
That's something I'd be keen on doing, but
no. I think that had its side effects, but that's a story for another day. And the story of today is that unfortunately Sark did not win their feature matchup. I will pay out the channel point prediction, but thank you for coming on and talking to me and being a great sport about it. You may be 1 and 2 in featuring in featured matchups, but You're the real winner because you had a featured matchup. So frankly,
I did.
I wish you the best of luck. I love your draft and
Thank
your
you.
Mega Altaria. It pains me when you lose, but that's okay. It wouldn't be
Oh,
exciting if you
I'll
only
try and
won.
make it work a bit more.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll try my
Here
best.
we go. For those of you who definitely aren't new, there's definitely no one new at all in chat, but that's from Discord is there. Why should they join the Discord? Give me one reason before we go offline, Sark. Why should people join the Discord?
Fun, I guess, in one word.
Fun.
It's just a really welcoming community. I've really enjoyed my time here.
That's more than one
I think
word.
it's
And
been
with
great.
that,